Hey Peaches, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading and I'm now doing it differently. I'll be doing 2 videos every Saturday instead of just one general one. I'm going to do a career and like money related one and then a love and relationship like one. And this one is the love and relationship themed one. So this is a general reading that kind of applies to everyone that's going to come across it's going to get something from it. If you'd like a reading all to yourself with no one else's energy involved, I have an Etsy page and that's linked below. I have stack 1 or the baby chick. These are timestamped below. Stack 2 is the skunk. Stack 3 is the blue Tang fish. I am using the Ukiyoe tarot and the tiger and dragon I Ching. And at the end of each of the 3, I'll be doing 3 more, a pick a card using the Rebel deck. So if you hear something that helps you, please give me a like and let me know. If you'd like to keep up with the readings every Saturday, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. If you hear something today that you feel like will help someone else, please share it with them. And if you have any questions or anything, go ahead and comment and let's get started. Alright, so if you chose stack 1 or chose the baby chick, your I Ching card this week is number 60, proportion. Also like portioning out, so I don't think it's like a ratio, but it's kind of like proportioning, or like portioning, like when you're separating. So you have the reverse Queen of Wands, the Star, and the Lovers in reverse. Don't freak out. That's not as bad as it sounds on its face. Because you have the Star, you've got beautiful things here. This is actually kind of interesting. So I want to start with the general overview. It feels like things may have been, okay, so it's this right here. Things may have been feeling a little stale. There can be a waning of passion, little things not quite as juicy as they once were, which is normal and natural to a point, and we can let that, if we can fall asleep to that and one day we wake up and we aren't in love anymore, or we can realize that this is happening and be like, okay, what are we, do we choose to overcome this together, or are we going to stay asleep and just wake up and find that we've drifted to opposite sides of the world emotionally? I do see with this Star, you guys choosing to heal it, choosing to try to figure out a way to heal it through a sort of separation, but not a breakup per se. It's going to mean different things to different people. With this hexagram though, there's an energy of creating a structure, setting guidelines, setting boundaries, your lists of can'ts and wants, your expectations, clarifying standards and expectations, and defining the difference between needs and wants, balancing giving and receiving, setting ground rules, labeling things, delineations, defining things. So, I mean, that could be a separation of items, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting more like setting ground rules. Like, we're going to go on a new journey. We're going to do this thing. And like these are the things. It's like setting new rules and setting new definitions and making sure that you're using words in the same way so that when you use them, you are hearing them not through your filters, but knowing how the other person means them. So with this reverse Queen of Wands, there's it's a warning against, what do you need in place around jealousy? But it's more than likely feeling burnt out and bored with the status quo, really. The Queen of Wands, when she's in reverse, she sees green grass everywhere but where she is. But they say the grass is greener wherever you water it, and that's exactly what you're doing here with the Star. You're choosing to water the grass where you are. You're realizing that that's the case. And you're choosing to do it in a big way, I think. It's a major renewal of hope, a new idea of how to revive this energy that you once had. And so with the reverse Lovers in this context, it feels like either like a trial separation, but more like let's say one of your partner snores and you choose to be like, okay, I need my sleep. I don't feel well. We need to have separate bedrooms. So when we sleep at night, it's like we're forced to believe that we must sleep snuggled up or we don't love each other. And it's like, you know, it can be choosing separate beds within a household so that you can get better sleep, so that you can show up for each other as your best, most rested self. So it's kind of like it's like a contained separation, if that makes any sense, but it is for the betterment. It's for the renewal. Anything to where you retreat to your separate corners to get what it is that you need. And so and one more thing, there may be certain cases out there where you may be discussing an open relationship. That might be like one person out there that's hearing this, but with a discussion like this where you're kind of setting rules and the reverse lovers, there may be a sense of talking about changing the dynamic, changing the rules, changing the labels, changing how you're defining it, changing what it looks like. So let's get your 3 rebel cards. Go ahead and set your intention for whether you feel like card 1, 2, or 3 will have your message, or it could be more than one. Let me tune in. All right, card 1. Laugh, okay? Where the fuck is your sense of humor? So, okay. This Queen of Wands, that's one of the things I would describe under her. She does need to lighten up. She may be taking things very seriously and have a stick up her butt, if I'm being honest. Card 2. Get some fucking sleep. I feel like I said something a little bit like that, huh? You are being an ass because you are fucking tired. Face to pillow now. So if there's something going on in the bedroom that's keeping you from getting your sleep, and your partner needs to, you need to be able to communicate that to your partner, that this isn't that I don't love you, this isn't that I don't want to be with you, it's just we would get along better if I could get 8 hours and not be woken up. I'm sorry, you're a chainsaw. All right, card 3. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. And that's one more thing, this reverse Queen of Wands. She may be trying to exert her control and power over others rather than where it belongs, on herself. All right, my little chicks. Like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you next Saturday. Good luck. Thank you. Okay, those of you who chose stack 2 or chose the skunk, your I Ching card for this week is number 14, Possession in Great Measure. It's a card of abundance. You have the Knight of Swords. Communication, communication, communication. Oh my God. Communicate, please. Card 2, you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. And this is going to be talking about your emotional abundance and your happily ever after. So we'll talk about that. And you have the Nine of Swords. Okay then. So there is real potential for happily ever after, whatever the fuck that means. And I'm seeing, though, with this Nine of Swords, very worried that that isn't going to happen. That you'll mess it up, or that someone's pattern or someone's karma, something that history will repeat itself. For whatever reason, you're afraid that this is going to be out of your reach, or that it will be taken from you at the last moment, or that you will invest too much in a certain outcome that's going to be, you know, like someone's wasting your time. That being with them isn't going to be worth your time. The thing I want to reverse with this reverse Ten of Cups is what exactly is happily ever after anyway. That there is no such thing as this conflict-free future of uneventful bliss. The credits don't roll and you just go to sleep, right? There is life with its ups and downs and its events and its processes and its good days and bad days. And so you're living it now, today is happily ever after. It's the moment. There's no sense in fearing that it won't happen, because There's no sense in fearing that it won't happen, because the only sense that it won't happen will be that you missed it while it was happening, if that makes any sense. While you were worrying about the future that you logically can never experience, since you can only experience the now. That's what this hexagram 14 is all about. It's all about gratitude, grace, good karma, abundance in the present, abundance in your hands as we speak, enjoying it while it's here, wanting what you have. And I was just thinking about this earlier, the practice of it, you know, dwelling on the past and dredging up the past is generally not a positive thing to do, but every once in a while I like to go back to before I had what I have and reconnect with that feeling of how badly I wanted it before I have it, and that helps me reconnect to gratitude for it in the moment. So, and also, it's enjoying it while it's here, or you'll feel like you never had it if things ever do change. And while there isn't necessarily anything indicated here that things will change, I feel like we're so afraid that we'll be taken advantage of or brokenhearted by someone. But relationships end in more ways than breakups. There could be illness, there could be a new job, someone could move, someone's family could fall apart, and they would have to go tend to that. They have to travel, someone could die, someone could go to jail. And I mean, none of that's here, but it's like, think about all the different directions your life can go besides investing in someone that maybe ends up not being your partner into the sunset. Enjoy what you have now, and more fear and anxiety, it just shows that fear and anxiety are taking away from what you have in a very ironic way. And so with this Knight of Swords, speak your truth, speak your fears, communicate your fears. Like, so get this all out. Get what it is that's worrying you out. And that what it does is it creates a very strengthening and bonding and deepening conversation. It creates a memory. It creates a moment, and it actually moves you forward on this path toward this abundance that you want. That's the biggest key takeaway, is talk about it, talk it out, hash it out. And so it's like the fear is taking you out of the situation, ironically, and then expressing that ironically creates a moment, it creates a present, it creates a memory, it creates glue and puts you on the path towards that thing that you're so afraid it won't come. All right, let me tune in. Oops, I wanted to leave the skunk here. Okay, let me tune in. Card 1. Whoops, it was this one. That one that flipped over first. You are giving away your power. You are a badass. Act like it. Giving your power away to the future. Your power is in the present. Card 2, ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. So that can be right here, seeking communication, asking questions, looking for information in the right places. Card 3, shit is going down with your job. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. So actually, at first glance, that seemed to be irrelevant. However, there can be ways that our overfocus and anxiety and things around our job can reflect in a relationship. If you are getting to a place where you can't just wash it off when you come home, if anxiety and worry and dread are following you from work to home and affecting your ability to be present with your partner, that is something that needs to be addressed. And that's one of those things that can happen in the background, and if we're not paying attention, can derail us from that happily ever after or whatever. So go ahead and do what you can to be aware of that and see if that's happening and communicate it, okay? Like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you. All right, stack 3 or the blue fish. Your I Ching card for this week is number 35, Progress. And you have Strength in reverse. The 5 of Coins. And the 6 of Wands. So then, with a hexagram 35, Whatever you have going on is going to be advancing, leveling up, deepening, developing, progressing, moving on, becoming more stronger, more bonded, and more intertwined. But with the Six of Wands, part of that is involved with it becoming more visible, more accepted, celebrated, overcoming odds, lasting longer than it was expected to, that kind of thing. It's a win for love, and whatever that means in your context. But it cannot happen until you come in from the cold. There's a sense of taking the hand that's being offered to you. That didn't make so. Give the love that it is that you want to receive. I don't see someone coming forward or offering you the next level of commitment. I see you doing it. I see you enjoying the moment so thoroughly that love radiates and spills out of you, out of every cell of your body. With the strength in reverse, it's like you're not holding back. You're expressing your primal emotions and your primal instincts. And though with it being in reverse like this, I feel like there's a potential to where the other may be intimidated or spooked at first by how much you're showing, by how much is spilling forth, by how strong and brightly you're radiating. And so there might be, with this Five of Coins, an initial recoil or a pullback. But with this Six of Wands and this progress, it's like it does show a success in the long run. But so it's like a hiccup, but it's necessary in order to move things forward and to get them unstuck from what might be like a stagnant place that's been kind of hanging on for a while. So it'll come back to you, this love that you put out. It's like you being a conduit, you being in the portal of love into the world, and it will be returned. So in one of two ways, I feel like either they need to catch up, they might have to retreat, they might be overwhelmed by this at first, and they will have to catch up and integrate it. But I also see it being returned by someone unexpected, someone who sees it like a third party, who sees that love that you have to give and they want part of it. Then it might be that this person, the original person, isn't ready and can't be ready, and they need to go on their own growth journey. And it may spark their growth journey, and you will have caught the attention of someone that's more on your level and more ready for you, that wants the kind of love that you have, and they may move in while the other retreats from it. Is one potential scenario I'm seeing in there. So let's get your 3 Rebel cards. Let me tune in. Card 1. Get some fucking sleep. You are being an ass because you're fucking tired. Face the pillow now. This strength in reverse, you may not be at your strongest. You may need to get some rest. Because, I mean, that seems not related, but it actually is, in that we communicate better. Not getting enough sleep affects you on all levels, both physically, emotionally, mentally. It's harder to deal with stress. It's harder to deal with emotions. And they don't call it beauty sleep for nothing. All right. When you're well rested, you'll be spreading all that love and exuding all that love that's going to get that attention that you want, rather than always going around saying how tired you are and always being at the bottom of your mug of coffee and complaining how you just want to go to sleep. Card 2, get over yourself, pull your shit together. Help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. And that's kind of what they're talking about here. Talking about being that portal of love into the world, showing the love that you want, giving the love that you want. Love comes into the world through our heart, through our heart chakra. Card 3, eat your fucking vegetables. That's good advice. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. That really goes hand in hand with that first one. So with these kind of physical ways that the self-care stuff that's going on here with this reverse strength, I do feel like at first some of that advice that's in those cards might feel like a tall order. It might feel like, oh God, you know, I just need someone to take care of me. I need someone to give me the love. I don't want to have to rise to the occasion. And there may be a sense to where taking care of yourself physically is what you need. You do need to give that to yourself, and you show how it's done. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you.